Stop trying to be authentic. Seriously. What most of us call authenticity in the online business space right now is actually just a well-rehearsed performance designed to get you likes and approval. True authenticity isn't about being relatable. It's about the willingness to lose approval. So today, let's talk about why your authentic self might actually be your biggest mask. Real authenticity is a feeling in your body. And I'm sure you felt it at times, or maybe in some cases, you've never truly felt the fullness of authenticity at all. But it's something that we have to access through our body. It's a feeling of presence, it's a feeling of groundedness and freedom, total freedom, and a total lack of self consciousness. It's the ability to show up and just be able to work with and do whatever is required in the situation in all types of different environments with different types of people. For example, being able to relate to small children and interact with them as well as you can with the elderly, or being able to interact with homeless people as effectively as you can with billion-dollar CEOs, that you are as comfortable being in, I guess, in the middle of nowhere, like in nature, in the middle of the woods, as you are in a sophisticated piano bar surrounded by millionaire executives, right? Authenticity is being able to be yourself in any situation and showing up in the way that's required. And I think the greatest model that we can have of true authenticity is looking at children, right? Children are just so free in how they express themselves, and there's no pretense, there's no attempt to try to appease other people. And I think that if we are able to access authenticity in its truest sense, it's most likely to occur when you are in the presence of family and friends. Again, they're not for everybody, because I know some people have a challenging relationship with their family. But in some cases, if you have a very positive relationship with family, that you are able to feel totally at ease with them. Like, you can play charades, they can make fun of you and you can be yourself. You can, do whatever silly things that you like to do, and you don't feel self-conscious about it. And we're more likely to experience that maybe with family or close friends. And maybe some of us have never truly experienced what it's like to be totally at ease and in a state of authenticity. So I just wanted to acknowledge that as well. But it's a state of being willing to lose status, money, approval, comfort, and a sense of control. So this is a good litmus test to see, are we actually being truly authentic? Are we willing to lose all of these things? It's a willingness to be imperfect, to make mistakes, to embarrass ourselves or even be humiliated. And in that process, it creates a total freedom, right? Like, because I'm allowed to make mistakes and because I'm allowed to just let whatever is going to happen, there's so much ease and flow and freedom that comes from that. And the paradox is that being authentic, or the process of becoming more authentic in all these different situations, is really a process of removing everything that is false from our lives. So what most people call authenticity is really a performance. It's the desire, it's a facade or a mask that we put on so that we can be socially approved of, or because we want to show up in a particular identity. We want to be seen in a certain way in the world. And we've learned to act in a certain way in this performance, right? We've learned to put on the face of being excited or grateful or interested or sorry when we're really not. Like that sense of deep and sincere gratitude, like, wells up in your heart and your throat, and it, tears come into your eyes when there's that genuine sense of gratitude, right? It's a full body experience, but a lot of us are used to performing emotions and performing reactions, and having a way of crafting the words that we use and the tone of our voice and the timing and the amount that we speak, all in an attempt to appear congruent with the image that we want to convey. And yet it's all very superficial because we, on the inside, we're having a very different experience, right? It's all of this, the words and the emotion and the tone of voice, and all this is on the surface when we're really having a very different experience inside. And being congruent means your nervous system, your values, and your actions are all on the same page, right? They're all in agreement. When our nervous system is dysregulated, or we're subconsciously programmed for approval, which many of us are, right? Like, this is not to shame you or make you wrong. Like, we are all in this process together, myself included, right? And people pleasing and wanting other people's approval is very, very common experience for everybody. That in that process of kind of having experiences that have been traumatic, having a dysregulated nervous system, or being oriented to wanting to people please, can cause us to become more expressive. Like, we can express tears or passion or intensity or a feeling of conviction, but that emotional activation is really just a reaction to something that we like or that we don't like, right? That we're reacting emotionally out of a fear of rejection, or we're reacting emotionally towards the desire of things that we like, to be liked by other people, to protect our identity, right? To create that safety and security by being seen the way we want to be seen, or reacting emotionally out of a reflexive trauma response that we have, right? So what we could call authenticity is really just a state of reactivity with regards to wanting to have more of what we like and running away from or avoiding the things that we don't like. Another way that we can get really lost and kind of move further away from our ability to be authentic is the fact that society rewards us for being relatable versus being in integrity, right? That we all naturally want to feel a sense of belonging, and that in an attempt to do that, we can perform being just like you, I'm just like you, right? Or use vulnerability strategically to create a sense of connection when we're really not, we're sharing it from a genuine place of connection, right? That we're performing vulnerability so that people will like us, so that we can get sympathy, perhaps. True authenticity is actually very risky because it means we're going to create discomfort in our own bodies, as well as discomfort possibly for the person on the receiving end. We're going to more likely to be polarizing or controversial. We have to hold boundaries, very clear boundaries. It means that we're more likely to disappoint people, that we're going to be misunderstood and projected upon. And it also means we're risking that at times we're going to say things that fall on deaf ears, or that don't create the applause and the approval that we really want, and maybe even ends up ruffling feathers or rocking the boat. So being really authentic requires a lot of courage. And truly authentic people don't need to claim it. You know, truly authentic people don't say, hey, everybody, I'm so authentic and we are very authentic and, you know, all that kind of thing. Truly authentic people just are, and you can feel it, right? There's an ease, there's a consistency in how they show up. Like, they're always the same every time you see them in any different type of situation. They hold very clean boundaries, and their presence is one that you can feel, right? There's a weight and a depth to the words that they say, that there's an energy, there's a frequency behind what they're saying that allows you to connect, right? There's something that's being transmitted that is beyond the words because they're so deeply connected to what they're saying. So what most of us call authenticity, and our authentic self is really our conditioned self, right? It's the habits and the behaviors that we've honed since childhood, right? In response to coping strategies or wounding or stories and beliefs that we've been playing out in our lives around our identity or the roles that we play in the world. You know, we might see ourselves as, you know, I'm a helper or I'm a rebel, but we can only be as authentic as we are aware of our patterns. So here is an interesting question or barometer to check kind of where you are on the spectrum of authenticity. And this requires a lot of presence and honesty to kind of really examine this carefully. So is how you're showing up and how you're expressing yourself in any way based on or driven by or motivated by a desire for status, approval, money, comfort, or a sense of control? It's a very, very potent question. And I can say for myself, honestly, like I aspire to be authentic, you know, that I think I try to be a role model of that, and I teach this how to work with that in my communities. And yet I still don't feel like I'm fully authentic yet. And I can say for sure in one way that I still feel like I haven't gotten there yet is that, for example, in this video right now, I'm speaking based on some notes that I prepared in advance. You know, like I would love to be able to just press record and just just speak freely without any preparation and just being so connected to the information I'm channeling that I don't need any framework. I don't need any structure to be able to express what I'm here to express. And I would just love, like, that's really what I pray for and what I really want to step into and grow into. And hopefully from doing this more and more, I'll get to that place, but I'm not there yet. So I see authenticity as a process, and it's an ideal. Like I see it as, you know, we see health as an ideal. Like no one's perfectly healthy. We're all kind of working towards that in our own way. And I believe that to be authentic is one of the most powerful and captivating frequencies that we can express, and one of the greatest services that we can do for the world, because it means that from a business sense, we can more precisely differentiate ourselves and attract the right people to us. It allows us to also deepen our work, that through being more authentic, we're going to be a more powerful and effective channel to deliver the work that we're here to deliver in the world. And most importantly, in this process of becoming authentic and becoming fully expressed, we're going to be able to do what's required when it's required in life, right? Which is ultimately the path to true sustainable abundance, prosperity, and fulfillment in life, right? Being able to just do what's required when it's required on this soul path that we're on. Because if we're here to serve a mission and commit ourselves to that deeper truth, it means we have to let go of everything that's false, that everything that is causing us to make choices and to act in a way that is not in integrity and alignment with who we're here to be in this lifetime. So that's the work that we do inside my group coaching program, Embodied Creator. We're bringing awareness to these patterns. We're bringing forward more of that authentic self-expression so that we can create that prosperity and we can really serve our mission in the way that we were born to. So thank you so much for watching today. If you found this video valuable, please give it a like, and please do subscribe to this channel so that you can get more tips and insights into how to create a prosperous and sustainable soul-led business. And I would love to hear in the comments below, what was your biggest takeaway from this video? And I'll see you again soon. And also, if you want to know more about my embodied creator coaching program, you can put a comment below and I will follow up with you. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.